Prisons are home to some of the worst human rights violations in the world, and certainly in our nation. And now Bill Barr is bringing them to Washington, D.C. Check this out. Leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Kim in Sarasota, Florida. Hey, Kim, what's on your mind?
I can't get rid of the visual of the three-line of attack in the park at the White House, the park police, the Secret Service, and then the unidentified people. And right. I'm a military brat, so it just felt really, really wrong. Something's up there. Basically, what I was wondering is if they are like the Blackwater private contractors, because all the National Guard, they showed them coming to the White House, and they're all in their camo, and if it was them, they would have been in their camo. I'm wondering who regulates the private armies, the paid for whatever they do. If the president actually has control over them, or the private contracting military people, how is that handled? And I have a feeling that's who they are. Is like a black. Pretty much,
it turns out they're not. They're from the Bureau of Prisons. They're riot control teams that are brought into prisons when they have when things spiral out of control. And Bill Barr brought them in, and or at least according to the Washington Post this morning. Anybody in the United States can hire security. You can hire Blackwater or anybody. Blackwater no longer exists, but you can. It's been replaced with a new name. But you can hire private guys. But the problem is, from Trump's point of view, those private guys don't have the power. What's called the color of law. They don't have the ability to arrest. They don't have the ability or the easy ability to arrest, or for that matter, to beat or kill. Or the kinds of things that we saw in that park. You saw that photographer being beaten up by the park police guy. Private security can't do that. They can be held accountable. There's accountability to private security. You can sue them. You can sue the company. They don't have qualified immunity, which the Supreme Court gave to police and federal agencies back in 1982. And so that's why he's not using Blackwater. That's why he's using, and they're going for the most brutal of all. There's a really fascinating piece here. Deb Golden, DC, is her Twitter handle, and she says, "I've spent a career." She's a lawyer, and she says, "I've spent a career litigating prisoner rights. The contours of constitutional rights are very different in prison than on the outside. There are no First Amendment rights in prison." By the way, I would add, the 13th Amendment ended slavery in the United States except in prisons. The 13th Amendment explicitly says slavery may continue in the United States. These are not the words of it, but you read the 13th Amendment, you'll get what I'm saying. That slavery may continue in the United States when a person is convicted of a crime. They may become a slave. She goes on to say the rules on use of force are completely different in prison. The tactics for crowd control are different in a prison wing than in an open city plaza. These guys are not trained for the latter. So it's very troubling, Kim.